Hello students, we know so far we have read about natural resources and we have done the classification of natural resources. We know that natural resources are the treasures or the gifts of the nature given to us for our survival, and we can't imagine our existence without the presence of natural resources. So let's define natural resources. These are the resources that are obtained from nature, and examples will be air, water, soil and mineral. Now it will be further divided into exhaustible natural resources and inexhaustible natural resources. In previous class we have already seen that natural resources can be divided into two categories. One is inexhaustible, another is exhaustible. Inexhaustible means they are in unlimited quantity. They are in unlimited quantity and there is no worry of them getting exhausted. They will not finish it. They will not get finished. But in case of exhaustible natural resources, they are present in limited quantity like forest, wildlife, minerals, coal and petroleum. Now, exhaustible can be further divided into two categories. One is renewable and another is non-renewable. Renewable means that it can be regenerated through various natural cycles, and non-renewable means that they cannot be replenished or regenerated by recycling or replacement. And minerals and fossil fuels come under this category. Under fossil fuels, we have to study three fossil fuels, namely coal, petroleum and natural gas. So this flowchart is going to be a great help for all of us to understand the different types of natural resources, or we can say the classification of natural resources. Now we were talking about inexhaustible natural resources. They are present in unlimited quantity in nature and cannot be exhausted by human activity. It doesn't mean that we have to use them carelessly, although they are unlimited quantity in nature, but still we should use them properly and we should take a good care of all of them. Now next is exhaustible natural resources. As its name signifies that they are present in limited quantity in nature and can be exhausted by human activities. So here we need to be over cautious and we need to be very mindful while using the exhaustible natural resources. Just to save exhaustible natural resources, because we know that we have got a limited quantity of them, so we have to use inexhaustible natural resources in place of exhaustible natural resources, because inexhaustible natural resources like air or sunlight, they are called alternate forms of energy and we can use them, we should use them, so that next or coming generations can also use the fossil fuels for them, because they are exhaustible natural resources. If we will not use them properly, there will be a danger of them getting finished up. Okay, so we have to take care of this very important phenomena, that exhaustible natural resources, they are having a danger of getting exhausted because they are present in limited quantity, and in order to protect them we can use inexhaustible natural resources. For example, air, sunlight, like we use wind energy or solar energy and tidal energy. Why we use them? Because they are the alternate source of energies. They are inexhaustible. There is no dearth of them getting finished up. So we need to be very mindful in this perspective. Now see what are the examples of exhaustible natural resources. The examples are coal, petroleum, minerals like gold, silver, etc. Then forest. Now next question arises, because we know that coal and petroleum, they are the fossil fuels. Coal, petroleum, natural gas, they are the fossil fuels. Now what are fossils? The remains, dead remains of the parts of plant or animals which are transformed over a time, or which are changed into a fuel over a time, is known as fossil. For example, coal, petroleum and natural gas, these are the fossil fuels. We are using these as a fuel, so it is, and these fuels, they have been prepared or they have been made by the dead remains of plants and animals over a period of time. It's a time consuming process, a time taking process. It doesn't happen overnight. Fossil fuel formation doesn't happen overnight. It takes millions of years to get formed. Now in this slide you can see exhaustible natural resources, the fossil fuels. So we use natural gas at our home, okay, that is then we use petroleum also, that is petrol, and we use coal. So these are the natural resources. We get petrol from petroleum. I will explain you how we get it in next classes, but here you have to understand that we get petrol and diesel from petroleum. Petroleum is a crude oil, or we can say the raw oil. We have to take out petroleum and then we process it and we get petrol and diesel. So out of petroleum we get, one is petrol and another one is diesel. Very important fuels which we use in our day-to-day life. Okay, and coal, petrol, natural gas, they are the example of exhaustible natural resources. Why they are exhaustible? Because their formation takes millions of years. Now next topic is fuel. The fuel can be divided into primary or natural fuels, or we can say second category will be the secondary or the derived fuel. So fuel can be divided into primary and secondary. Primary is called natural fuel because we get it from the nature, and secondary is called derived because we derive secondary fuel from the primary fuels only. Example of primary fuel will be, if it is solid then wood, in case of it, if it is liquid in state then crude oil, and gaseous state natural gas. So this, because we get all of these three from the nature, so they are called natural fuel or primary fuel. Okay, now second one is our secondary fuel, which are called derived fuel. Why derived? Because we derive them from the primary fuel. Now see, if it is solid then coke. You will come to know about coke in next slides, or we can say next lectures. Then if it is liquid, kerosene, and gas, coal gas. You must not be familiar with coal gas or coke, but in next classes you will definitely come to know by the time you revise whatever we have done till time. Thank you. Keep revising. Be happy.